In the search for calm in a chaotic world, you've encountered countless philosophies, advice, and techniques. Today, we delve into one of the oldest and still relevant schools of thought, Stoicism. This philosophy doesn't promise a problem-free life, but a way to face challenges with unbreakable strength. The Stoics, wise men of ancient Greece and Rome, didn't mince words. Their approach was simple. You can't control external events. You can only control how you respond to them. Here lies the power of inner serenity. Does it sound challenging? It is, but it's also liberating. Imagine reaching a mental state where life's storms don't disturb your inner peace. Inner serenity, the ultimate goal of Stoicism, is not cold indifference, but a calm strength that allows you to navigate life with clarity and determination. Are traffic jams frustrating you? Is work stress overwhelming you? Do the news unsettle you? Stoic philosophy teaches you to remain calm amidst all this. But don't confuse it with suppressing emotions. It's about understanding them, managing them with reason, and seeing them from a perspective where they don't dominate your decisions or well-being. Stoicism challenges you to look within, question your automatic responses, and cultivate emotional resilience that few achieve. This won't always be what you want to hear. It will require discipline and force you to face uncomfortable truths about yourself. And yes, sometimes you'll feel like you're rowing against the current. But in the end, you'll find yourself in calmer waters and be the firm captain of your own ship, not a leaf dragged by the winds of circumstances. So, if you're ready for this journey, prepare to explore how the Stoics teach us to separate our emotions from our circumstances, how proper perception can mean the difference between anguish and tranquility, and how you can start applying these ancient principles in your modern life to find the serenity you seek. Get ready, because we're about to delve into the heart of a philosophy that has stood the test of time and could be just what you need to transform your life. If you're enjoying the video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. Your support means a lot and helps our channel grow. Let's continue. Imagine you have a rope in your hands, one that pulls you in directions you don't always choose. Life confronts us with endless situations like this, where it seems we're dragged by forces beyond our control. But now imagine that rope is loosened. What the Stoics teach us is precisely that. Most things are out of our control, but we can always loosen the rope. We control our perceptions, our decisions, our responses. When traffic stops, you can't move the cars in front of you, but you can choose not to let your peace be disturbed by the delay. That's within your power. You can decide to see this moment as an opportunity to listen to your favorite music or an interesting podcast. This is how Stoicism invites us to transform our experiences. Now I challenge you to do a simple exercise. Take a piece of paper and draw 2 columns. In one, write the things you can't control, the weather, others' opinions, the past. In the other, write what is under your control, your actions, your thoughts, your effort. This is the beginning of Stoic freedom, recognizing where your power lies. This isn't easy and isn't a change that happens overnight. It requires practice and honesty, requires that even though we want to control everything, it's simply not possible. And this, though uncomfortable to admit, is liberating. By accepting it, we begin to focus our energy where it can truly make a difference, in ourselves. This Stoic approach won't guarantee success by conventional standards. It won't promise wealth, fame, or a life without mistakes. But it will give you something much more valuable. The serenity of knowing that no matter what happens outside, your inner world can remain intact. It will teach you to live according to your nature, not to waste your emotions on what you can't change, and to act with virtue and purpose in what you can influence. Keep that piece of paper close. When you find yourself frustrated by something out of your control, look at it, remember, and refocus. Soon you'll be able to do this mental exercise without needing the paper, and that will be a sign that you're cultivating Stoic inner strength. And when you truly understand and live according to what is and isn't in your control, then and only then will you begin to experience a life with less frustration and more fulfillment. Are you in the middle of a storm? Not literally, but one of those life storms that shakes you to the core? Now stop and think. What if you could remain calm, unshaken, as if you were in the eye of that storm where calm reigns? That is ataraxia, a term you might not hear often, but it grounds the secret of emotional control. Ataraxia means imperturbability and is the state the Stoics seek, an inner peace that remains regardless of external circumstances. Here's a truth you might not want to hear. Most of your stress and anxiety comes from within, not from outside. It's your reactions to events, not the events themselves, that disturb that peace. But the good news is that this means you have the power to change. To cultivate ataraxia, start with mindfulness, the practice of being fully present in the moment. When you feel overwhelmed, pause, breathe deeply, feel the air filling your lungs, observe the world around you, listen to the sounds, feel the ground beneath your feet. This act of full awareness centers you and brings you back to the only moment you can really control, now. Practice this every day, starting with just a minute or two. It could be while brushing your teeth, walking to work, or even in the middle of a meeting. It's a habit, and like any habit, the more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. Gradually, you'll find that things that used to shake you now leave you unmoved. Not because you don't care, but because you've learned to find that center of stillness within you. Ataraxia doesn't mean you don't experience life or become indifferent to others' experiences. It means you choose not to let the waves of emotion carry you away. You don't distance yourself from life. You approach it with a new perspective, one that allows you to navigate its tides with a mastery that most never achieve. This is the path to an inner strength that few know, and as you follow this path, every step, every conscious breath, every moment of mindfulness brings you closer to that unshakable inner calm. It's the gift of ataraxia, the promise of Stoicism, and it's something within your reach here and now. You're facing a problem, one that seems to consume all your mental space. But what if I told you the problem isn't as big as you think? Often, what overwhelms us isn't the event itself, but the story we weave around it. The Stoics offer us a powerful tool, objective vision, seeing things as they are, not worse than they are, and certainly not better than they are. This is seeing with clarity without the veil of intense emotions. Stoic objectivity is like seeing the world through a clean lens, without the stains of our biases and automatic reactions. How can we achieve this clarity? Here's an exercise. Every time you face a challenge, describe it on paper using only facts, without emotionally charged adjectives, without assumptions, without interpretations. For example, instead of writing, "I have a horrible problem at work," write, "There is a situation at work that requires my attention." This exercise helps you strip the problem of its emotional power and allows you to face it with greater serenity and effectiveness. You'll see that by doing so, many problems that seemed monstrous in your mind are actually much more manageable. This isn't about denying the severity of some situations, but recognizing that only by seeing things as they really are can you respond appropriately. Being objective also means recognizing our own limitations and biases. It means being willing to admit that we don't always have the right answer, or that our first reactions aren't the complete truth. This can be uncomfortable. It might even hurt at first, but it's an essential step toward emotional maturity and Stoic wisdom. Because when we start to see with objectivity, when we strip our perceptions of their emotional load, we begin to make more balanced decisions, become more compassionate, more rational, and ultimately more effective in all areas of our life. This is the promise of Stoic objectivity, a life lived with clarity, purpose, and peace, regardless of the storms that may arise. Facing fears is not for the faint of heart, but here in the realm of Stoicism, it's exactly what we delve into. The premeditation of evils, or premeditatio malorum, is a technique that might seem counterintuitive at first, deliberately imagining what could go wrong. Why? Not to create fear, but to diminish it, to mentally prepare for the challenges that might arise. This exercise is about mental strengthening. Just as an athlete prepares for competition, you prepare for life. Start by visualizing a challenge you might face, an important presentation, a difficult conversation, even a potential failure. Visualize it in detail. What is the worst that could happen? How would you feel? What would you do? Now here's the key. Once you visualize the worst-case scenario, start planning how you would handle it. What internal resources could you use? What actions would you take to recover? This process equips you with a mental game plan, reduces fear of the unknown, and gives you confidence because you've already faced these challenges mentally and survived. You might not like this approach. It might seem negative or pessimistic, but the Stoics weren't pessimists. They were supreme realists. It's not about expecting the worst, but being prepared for it, which actually allows you to live with greater freedom and boldness because you know that whatever happens, you can handle it. This mental preparation makes you more resilient. When the actual challenges arise, you're not caught off guard. You're ready. You've already faced them in your mind, so they lose their power to paralyze you with fear. Instead, you can approach them with a calm and rational mindset, responding effectively rather than reacting emotionally. And this is the Stoic warrior's mindset. Facing life with courage, prepared for whatever comes, knowing that your true strength lies in your ability to adapt and respond, not in the illusion of a life free of difficulties. So, take a moment today to practice premeditation malorum. Face your fears in your mind, prepare for them, and feel the strength that comes from knowing you're ready for whatever life throws your way. And remember, this exercise is a tool to empower you, to free you from the chains of fear, and to help you find serenity and strength in the midst of life's uncertainties. In summary, Stoicism offers us timeless wisdom to achieve inner serenity in a chaotic world. By focusing on what we can control, practicing mindfulness, maintaining objectivity, and preparing for challenges, we cultivate resilience and peace. Remember, it's a journey of continuous practice and self-reflection. Keep taking small steps and you will see great changes. Stay strong, stay positive, and stay true to yourself. If you found these insights valuable, please like, subscribe, and share this video. Together, let's strive for a life of greater clarity, purpose, and calm. What resonated with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's continue this journey of self-improvement together. Thank you for joining us today.